Hey everybody, welcome to Tag Tuesday. I have a tag for you. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome to Book Talks with Miss Thomas. I'm Miss Thomas, and if you're new here, please subscribe. And if you like hearing about books, and if you are returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're still sticking with me. So in this video, I am going to do the Why Haven't I Read This Yet tag. And I was tagged by Ollie at Criminali, and I thank you so much, Ollie, for thinking of me. And it's a very simple tag. It's 6 questions. The 6th one being tag some booktubers. I got a little carried away. I'm gonna tag quite a few. So I am gonna jump right into it now and get started. The first question is, name a classic book that you haven't read yet, that probably you should. And I'm going to go with Nicholas Nickleby by Charles Dickens. And the reason I'm going to say Nicholas Nickleby is because my father called me Nicholas Nickleby. He said I was his Nicholas Nickleby. And I think by that he meant that I am outspoken or that I tend to get behind the underdog. Naturally I became a teacher. He called me this when I was younger. But I've never read the book, so I'm not even exactly sure why he called me Nicholas Nickleby. So that's one I need to read. I'm not a Dickens fan. I am an English teacher, or I was. Now I'm a reading specialist. But I have a lot of experience with literature, and I did read British literature in college. Charles Dickens was paid by the page or the word or something, and you can tell, at least I can tell, I'm not really a fan. But in my father's memory, perhaps that's one I should read, or at least see the movie. The next one is a fiction book that you haven't read yet, and that would be Circe by Madeline Miller. And I love Odysseus. I love teaching Odysseus, and my favorite part of Odysseus is Circe. And whenever I introduce Circe, I always say, have you heard that expression, men are pigs? Well, let me tell you, it really may have come from Circe. Now, I have a husband and 2 boys, so obviously I don't think men are pigs. But, I do think Circe is really cool. And when I have taught Odysseus, I enjoy the clips. We don't watch the whole movie and have a movie day, but I do love the film, and I love that Bernadette Peters plays Circe. And we don't watch usually the Calypso scenes because Calypso isn't in the excerpts that we teach. But I do think it's really cool that Calypso is played by Vanessa Williams. And a coworker actually at my school had said that some of the teachers were going to read Circe. And did I want to join in? And I wish I had. I did not read Circe yet, but I think I would enjoy that. So that's one I ought to read and haven't. A nonfiction book that you have not yet read. Now, I have my Pink Floyd coffee mug. I'm riddled with contradictions because here I am, this Bible-believing, born-again Christian, and also very much a Pink Floyd fan. So growing up, I heard a lot of Pink Floyd. My older brothers were like major Deadheads. They followed the Dead a lot. In fact, my oldest brother moved to California to be near the Dead. But I had, just grown accustomed to Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd was and Eric Clapton were my favorites. And I do think it's very fascinating, the story of Syd Barrett, and especially having grown up around so much drug addiction. I wonder, was Syd Barrett schizophrenic and the drugs masked that, or was it all drug addiction? Not really sure. I have looked into Syd Barrett's websites and his art pages, and he was a brilliant artist in addition to his music creativity. He was fantastic painter, artist. If you look online, you can find some of his pictures, and really enjoy I think the whole story of Syd Barrett is fascinating, and I think it's near and dear to my heart because, like I say, I did grow up around a lot of addiction, and I wonder if the addiction is really more the symptom and there's something else behind it. And there is a book about Syd Barrett. I think it's called Psychedelic Renegades, and I saw it on Amazon and I just loved it. I put it on in my shopping cart, but I never was able to part with the money because I believe it's close to $200. But it's a picture book mostly about Syd Barrett, and I just think that's so fascinating. But it's also so different from, I think, what some people would expect of me. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think one thing about BookTube is I've been sort of breaking out of my shell, my mold, my expectations, and becoming more comfortable with who I am. And I happen to be a born-again Christian who likes Pink Floyd. So I think that his story is interesting. I also think that, there are a lot of things about the music industry that fascinate me. The story of Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads, and how Sharon Osbourne, came to Ozzy Osbourne as the daughter of, I think it was his agent or something. I think those stories are so interesting. And Barracuda by Heart being about the music industry and how it wants to exploit people. I think that's heartbreaking and tragic, but I also think it's fascinating. And so I would like to read more biographies, I guess, musical biographies about the music industry. A genre book that I have not read, and this is not something I'm interested in reading. I'm not opposed to it. A lot of my students love the Twilight books. I work with teachers who like the Twilight books. It's just not for me. I don't get it. Like falling in love with somebody who's part animal. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know enough about the books to judge. I just know they don't interest me. So a genre that I haven't read would be the whole Twilight saga. I guess the whole genre of, I guess it's fantasy. I'm not sure. I like some fantasy books, but that line just doesn't appeal to me. I don't judge people who read them. I have some friends who love them. It's just not for me. Okay. Number 5. Oh, this is the last question. The book that you've owned for the longest time and haven't read, and I am mortified to admit to this, but I have never finished Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. I began that book a long time ago before I actually started investigating the Bible and learning about the Bible. I started with Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis, and it was so intellectual and heavy for me at the time. I was much younger, and I gave it up, and I still own it. I'd like to get back to it, and I think now I'm more spiritually mature, I'm older, hopefully I'm more intellectually mature. I think I could follow that book from beginning to end and really enjoy it. So that's a book that I own that I have not yet finished. Now for the fun part, I'm going to tag some of you guys. I'm going to tag 8 of you actually. And the reason for that is some of the people I'm tagging may not do tags. I looked on their channels, and some of them don't seem to do a lot of tags. So if you don't want to do this tag, that is okay with me, but please know I admire you. I look at your channel and I appreciate you. So if I'm tagging you, that goes for all of you. I appreciate and admire you, and I don't judge if you don't want to do the tag. But please, if you are interested and willing to do it, I'm going to tag Sola Land. She is a newish booktuber. I really love her channel. I love the way that she's just so kind and gentle and sweet and very open with her thoughts, and I love especially that she's a younger booktuber who is very interested in growing and improving herself. And I just have such a love for people like that. So I want to tag you, Sola Land. And Chrissy's Purple Library, Chrissy at Chrissy's Purple Library. She's a newish booktuber too, and she has just sort of come by storm. She's very funny. Her editing is really hilarious, and so she's gotten pretty successful pretty quickly, and I love that. Little jealous maybe, but no, I really admire Chrissy's library and Chrissy's Purple Library. Her videos are great, and so I'm going to tag her. And Katie at Paperbacks and Ponytails is one of my newer BookTube friends. I think she's been around longer than me, and before her BookTube channel, she did like a Bible journaling channel, or that's something on her channel. I'm subscribed to both. And Katie, hi there. I would like Katie to do the tag if she would like. And Amanda, of course. Amanda is one of my new favorite friends. Amanda at Book Lover Amanda, also hilarious. Go figure, she's the one that recommended Chrissy at Chrissy's Purple Library, because the two of them are just so funny and happy, and it's just such a joy to watch their videos. And then Stacy at Christian Reads and Classics. Stacy is one that I have never seen her do a tag, but she's sort of new to me. I love her videos though. I love the books that she recommends. I love the way she talks about her books and her Bible studies. And so if she is willing and interested, Stacy, I would like to tag you. Lovely Day with Holly is, of course, a delight out there on BookTube. And Lovely Day with Holly, if you haven't watched her videos, again, though she's been around longer than me, I believe, and more successful, so you probably know her already. But Holly, I tag you. And Nikki at Red Dots Reads. I thought Nikki was tagged already, and maybe she was and just hasn't posted the video. But Nikki, my friend, my fellow teacher, I'm thinking of you. I tag you if you are willing and able to do this tag. And then last but certainly not least, Krista at Books and Jams. I don't know that Krista does tags. She did the mid-year freakout tag. So I don't think she's opposed to tags. I'm not really sure, but she's got so much going on. She's just fantastic. And I love her channel very, very much. And so Krista, if you are able and can find the time, I say able because I know you have so many BookTube projects going on, but I would love to see you do this video as well. So that's it. That is my why haven't I read this tag. And if you have not been tagged and you would like to do this video, please do. Go right ahead. I would love to watch it. You can put in the comments below that you did the tag so I can watch it. And I would love to hear from you. That's all I have to say. So goodbye for now.